Hey, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here. Hopefully your favorite official content creator for the First Senate. And today, what I'm here to do is give you guys my basic Blair build. Okay, a lot of people have been asking if I would prepare for them a basic Blair build because, just so you guys know, the Hagios Dune base, alright, is one of the best places to farm the organic void shards, alright? And a lot of people don't have a good Blair. Blair is one of the free fire descendants that you can acquire, and a lot of people want to farm this, but they don't have a good Blair build, and they don't know how to make one on a budget. So I decided to make this build for you guys. This is a free-to-play friendly build, very easy to make, okay? Costs only 60 mod points, and it will get you through hard mode content as well, alright? But it is not suitable for going past farming stuff, okay? This is only intended to help you with some basic farming in hard mode, okay? Okay, now that you understand it, let's get started. But before we carry on, as always, let me say thank you so much to all the lovely people that support us. And of course, if you have not become a supporter yet, register as a supporter. Link is in the description of the video, especially if you find yourself coming back to my channel time and time again. I hope this will help you out. All right, let's get started. Now, when it comes to Blair, the first thing that you need to understand, yes, my Blair looks like Chris Hemsworth. The first thing you need to understand is that Blair, all right, is an AoE damage dealer. You got to take a look at his skills first, so let's begin with that. Okie day. Oh, and excuse any coughing as per normal. Let me get rid of my cam. Okay, if you look at his modules, the first thing, and his skills, of course, the first thing you need to understand is that Blair's first skill is his main AoE. All right, you've got 3 stacks of this, and they can all tick damage separately. I will demonstrate this later when we go to the Hagios Dune base. But each of these, all right, will basically last, the stack cooldown is 10.5 seconds. They last for 12.9 seconds with this particular build. The damage interval ticks are 1 second each time. And the range radius with this particular build that I've done for him goes from 3.5 meters, which is really too short. FYI, please game. I am asking you, Nexon, buff the base range to 5 meters. Thank you. This would be really helpful. But you can go from 3.5 to 6.7 meters range. And the continuous ticks of burn damage are actually extremely low. This is another problem with Blair. His base burn damage is skill power times a modifier of 8.2%. This is ridiculously low. Game, please, you need to ensure that the burn ticks and the base damage are increased. How much should the flame zone continuous damage be? It should be at least a 60% modifier, and the burn should be at least a 48% modifier. Okay, that will make Blair a lot fairer to use. Of course, you will increase his power with the build that I have for you, but still, it's not enough, so just be aware of that. Okay. Next is his Extinguish skill. He can summon back up to 3 flame zones, all right? Each one will restore a portion of his MP, all right? And he will also gain increased skill power modifier. All right, this helps his next set of burn continuous damage be higher, but just be aware of this. After you put down 3 flame zones, within 12 seconds, retrieve them. All right, you'll get increased skill power, and you can burn harder on the next one. All right, there you go. So that's his second skill. Third skill is his flamethrower. Now his flamethrower is basically on a 26-second cooldown. It ticks every 0.3 seconds, lasts for 4.5 seconds, and the duration of the flamethrower cannot be increased, okay? The duration of the flamethrower can be increased, but we haven't increased it in this one. We have increased the range, though, okay? The radius goes from 3 meters to 5.8 meters. Please increase the base radius on this to 4. Nexon, Blair is so underpowered. Please at least buff him up a little bit. But the skill power is not too bad on this one. It's skill power multiplied by 132%. With this particular loadout, it goes up a little bit beyond 150%, which is good enough. The burn damage, though, is still extremely low. So please do take note, game. You need to up the burn damage. His burn damage modifier is ridiculously low. Okay. Last but not least is Deadly Cuisine. He summons a big fireball that explodes into multiple flame zones. All right. This one does have fairly decent modifiers, but the modifiers are still overall fairly low. And that's kind of the problem. It deals damage in 3 sets, though. The first is Giant Fireball. It does not deal a lot of damage, but has a big radius. Then the smaller fireballs, excuse me, they burst out and deal more damage. And last but not least, it creates flame zones, all right, which deal their own damage as well. Okay, the flame zones created by this can then be retrieved with Extinguish, And they also have a slightly different modifier to the base flame zone that you create. In fact, the ones created by the fireball deal slightly less damage. All right, so just be aware of that. Now, the cooldown on his ultimate is 120 seconds. With this particular loadout, you will bring that down to 105 seconds, but still not much of a difference. Okay? Okay, that's it. Now you understand this. This is his build. All right? These are his skills. Here's what you will actually put into Blair in order to make his, build decent. I'll explain each of the modules in turn, and then we'll show a demonstration at the end. Okay. Increased HP and Spear and Shield are absolutely necessary. Why these two? Number one, you are going to need more hit points to survive. Number two, Spear and Shield is enough defense. As long as you can get to about 16,000, you are good to go. And it improves base skill power, which is really nice. However, do take note that some people will prefer Iron Defense. Why? Blair's skill modifiers are so low that Iron Defense 3% can actually potentially benefit you more than Spear and Shield's 8.1%. But I just really didn't want to level this up for Blair, so I left it at this. However, if you prefer, skill power modifier will modify the multiplier of your burn ticks, and as long as you've got anything that's below 100% modifier, you'll actually gain more excuse me, from skill power modifier. So Blair benefits a lot from this. So don't hesitate to use Iron Defense in place of Spear and Shield and max it out if you want to. You'll get the same effect, roughly. Okay? Then the other two things that you're going to need are skill expansion. Increases skill range because, like I said, the range of 3.5 meters is so small, so you're going to want skill expansion maximized. Focus on Dimension will increase the Dimension skill power modifier, and all of Blair's damage skills are all Dimension based. So because of that, you can up the skill power modifier on the burns, on pretty much the continuous damage, everything, which is really good. And Focus on Fire increases the fire skill power. It is a modification to the base, which does not benefit Blair as much, but it's still pretty decent. All right. So this is all you will need to set him up. Max out Focus on Fire, max out Spear and Shield or Iron Defense, max out skill expansion, max out increased hit points, and then the rest of the points go into Focus on Dimension. All right. Your melee slot or grapple slot, whichever one, maxed. This gives you 60 capacity, and there you go. No energy activator, no crystallization catalyst required. This is all you need. Okay, excuse the coughing. This will work for Blair. But just me talking about it isn't going to prove it to you, right? Okay, so we're going to go show you guys everything in a second, but before we do that, let me also talk about Reactor. His Reactor should be a... Actually, sorry, got to remove the cam again. My bad. His Reactor should be a Dimension type reactor, fire reactor, and down the bottom try and get some good options for him. I still haven't rolled a decent one, but if you get something that says Dimension skill power boost, that'll be great, and maybe skill critical hit rate would be fantastic for him as well. Or you can just go for raw skill power. I mean, either one works. For your external components, the standard is pretty standard, okay? Your support auxiliary power has max HP and max HP roll, module drop rate if you can. HP support sensor should have max HP, max MP, consumable drop rate if you can. Defense support memory should have defense and defense rolls with a gold drop rate modifier as high as you can. And then last is the HP support processor, which you have max HP, max shield, equipment drop rate, modifier increase. Okay? This is it. This is all you need for your external components. This is all you need for your build. Your weapons are to taste. You guys should already know what weapons you want to build. If you guys are still waiting for my weapon builds, they are coming. All right? Please give me some time because much like with the ultimate builds and all the in-game bossing builds, it does take some time to catalyze these weapons. I don't want to give you guys some half-done build. So... I do apologize on that, but the basic weapon builds and the standard weapon builds that you guys would have seen for taking out the hard mode bosses, which a lot of the other guides are also coming, that should settle you on weapons. So as long as you got the basic mods in there, you're good to go. All right. Okay, now you understand Blair. Let's go demonstrate him. Like I said, this is without cuts, so you're gonna see me not change anything about this. You know, there's no hanky-panky going on. Okay, private run. There we go. I even gave him the lightning from Bunny's ultimate bundle because I really like that one. And it makes him feel like Thor whenever I do that. Now, many people struggle with the Hagios Dune base Void Fragment Shard because they don't have a good fire character. Well, they feel like they need Lepic, but you don't really. You can run Blair. Now, this will be faster with two people because the enemies have two spawns, one here and one there. You can literally complete it in seconds if two people take both sides, but assuming you've only got one person, well, here's what you do. As you can see, his first skill's AoE is more than enough, and they take 2 ticks of damage each time. So these guys are pretty much just going to spawn and get wiped straight away. Alright, and this thing will last 12 seconds. You can retrieve it at any time to improve your skill power, so don't hesitate on that. Then put on another one and everything else burns. Alright, there you go. Now I'm just going to burn this quickly. Okay, his flamethrower is a little bit different. His flamethrower will do continuous damage, so kind of like that. Alright, but it's got a certain number of ticks and it only lasts 4.5 seconds. So you got to get the kill within that time. Then last but not least, his ult will explode and give you guys quite a nice little area. Alright, these are all flame zones, so enemies will take continuous damage as they step into them. Watch how those enemies that step into the flame zone there will take damage. So don't forget to retrieve all your flame zones. Alright. And please kill your enemies as appropriate. And there you go. Hagios Dune base done. Okay. So this is a quick demonstration of how the build functions in the field. It'll help you farm this Void Fragment and a few other things in hard mode as needed. You've got plenty of HP for survival, even while taking continuous damage. And most of your, as long as you know where the enemies are coming from, or as long as you're well prepared enough, you should not need something like HP Collector to help you survive. You can use it if you want, but I haven't used it in this build. You'll have to adjust for it because it is a lot of extra points. And you may have to sacrifice like range or something like that. Look at those guys trying to come up on me. How dare you? Okay, so that brings us to the end. Thank you very much. Enjoy Blair. Blair has amazing battle music. I love his battle music. So enjoy Blair. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you guys want to see more content, register as a supporter. I could use your support. All right. Thank you very much. Now, before we go, as always, we got to showcase the top of the top. Coughing a lot less now, so I'm pretty happy with that. But where are you? There you go. All right, starting right at the top. Here are our top channel members. We have Princess Star Trek Hoodie, Arcane Silver, and Death Donnie at Plus Ultra. Thank you guys so much. George Tishon, BVS Fang, I3XO, and Nice at the only fan level. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys have given me. All right, that's a shout out for our top tier members. Now for our top supporters for August, here are the top people. Here we go. We have Luke Greenfield as our top tipper. Top super chatter is RR Odyssey. Top super chatter list includes Sebastian Lachance, George Tishon, TX Panda King, Sir Tommy Gunn, Death Donnie 982, I3XO, Atomic John, Ted Wu, Phil the Mega Pint, BVS Fang, and our top channel membership gifter is TX Panda King. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you all. Enjoy the Blair build. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Y'all have a good one. Catch you later.